We're back at the Onondaga County War Memorial in Syracuse, New York. At the end of 2 periods, the Crunch lead the Albany River Rats 6-2. Nationwide Insurance and your local Nationwide agent are proud to sponsor the Crunch and bring hockey back to Syracuse.
That's been changed to number 33. The goal was scored by number 33.
That earlier goal that was given to the Konich has been changed to Ralston. Let's take a look at the scoring in the second period. Remember, it was 2-1 in favor of Albany. Here's the first goal, and a beautiful move in front, and the shot up and in by Lonnie Bahanas, his second goal of the game. That was on a 4-on-4 situation. Then Stevens scored at 7:38 from Kuznetsov and Jackson. You see it right there. It was a 3-2 hockey game for the Crunch. They made it 4-2 at 9:36 as Walker got the puck to Kessa.
Outstanding hustle here by Kessa.
Kessa beats Mike Dunham on a power play situation.
Again, another power play, I think.
Stevens breaking in, scores 5-2 in favor of the Crunch. And then it became 6-2 at 17:44 as Kessa scores once again right in front of Dunham.
Once again, a reminder, there's a free party.
And there it is, right there, off Scott Pellerin into the cage. 6-2 Crunch.
5 goals on Mike Fountain, but I don't think 2 of them were his fault, Doug. He had a tough period. His defenseman left him alone just a few times too many.
Shots on goal, 24-20 in favor of the Crunch.
Interestingly, the Crunch were losing the faceoffs in the first period, and they came back and did much better in the second period. Shots again, they just out-hustled and outplayed him that period.
Power play situation, 4 of 6 for the Crunch, 1 of 6 for Albany. And you've got to say penalty killing, and you've got to say Mike Fountain, 2 keys in this contest.
Just turn that period around, Mike did. He's an outstanding goaltender. We didn't see the real Mike Fountain against the River Rats the other night when they lost that game, but we're seeing a great goaltending by him tonight.
Let's take a look at the final standings from last year of the Atlantic Division. And there you see St. John's overall with 45 wins, 23 losses, and 12 ties. They were the #1 point getters last year out of the Atlantic Division.
These are the teams we won't see a lot.
Now the Northern Division, Adirondack took the division. Portland was the Calder Cup champion in '94. There's Albany, Springfield, and Providence.
That was a tight race all season long between Portland and Adirondack, but Portland proved to have the better club.
Then the Southern Division with Hershey taking the crown. Hamilton, of course, now the Syracuse franchise, finished second. Then Cornwall, Rochester, and Binghamton.
What impressed me here was Hamilton playing in front of miserable crowds in an unstable situation. They went through 2 owners during the season and still managed to stay up there with 36 wins, almost playing 500 hockey. They would have won that division with just a little more stable ownership.
Just a little bit of the excitement here at the War Memorial. These fans given the towels, as Tim Fox told you earlier, and they've had a chance to wave them in delight.
Sunday afternoon before the game, we're going to have a 3-hour carnival outside of the arena before the start of the game. There'll be rides and jugglers and clowns outside the War Memorial on the Montgomery Street side starting at 2 o'clock with game time being 5 o'clock. There's Coach McElhargy. He doesn't look too happy there, but he's got to be happy inside after that second period. Here we go,
Doug. Underway. Period number 3 with the Crunch leading 6-2. Malcock plays the puck to Bombardier, and Bombardier breaks out of his zone. The Coin breaks it up now to Tremblay. Loney back in the Crunch zone. Can't get around Simpson, and now Tremblay has it. He's hit hard by Malcock. Out to Rumey. Bombardier out to center ice. Half a minute into the third period. Ruckdy to O'Coin intercepts. Malcock shoots it in. And Nemetsnikov brings it out for the Crunch. Nemetsnikov into the Albany zone 1-on-4. Slows it up and dumps it into the corner. Trombley plays it behind the net. Trombley in front. Kuznetsov got a stick on it but couldn't get it by Dunham. Now Renier to center ice. Kuznetsov intercepts and clears it around to the far boards. Kept in. Here's a shot deflected wide of Fountain. Trombley at center ice. Trombley hauled down by Breland. No call. McAlpine behind the net. Bahanas digs for it. Checked by Hulse. Bahanas in front. Kuznetsov couldn't get a stick on it. Armstrong now to Breland. Breland across the line to Renier. Renier in the slot. Broken up by Kuznetsov. Here comes Watt. Watton clears to Bahanas. He steers it up forward, and there's a line change for the Crunch. Bahanas out. Coming in on the fly, Dane Jackson. Touch up here. Whistle.
Icing
and a
call
stoppage
here.
of play.
Yes, the thing we have to watch here is that the Syracuse Crunch doesn't get too complacent here with a 4-goal lead, and 2 goals by the River Rats would put them right back in this game. But I think the young players we have here just won't get that way. They'll keep hustling because they love to score a goal in their first game in front of this huge crowd.
Kuznetsov, Stevens, along with Alex Stoyanov on the ice, the forward line for the Crunch. Watton and Walker, the defensive tandem. Kuznetsov with the draw. Watton shot from the point. Stopped by Dunham through a screen by Stoyanov. Walker and Pellerin plays it for Albany. Pellerin works into the zone to the far side turn. Stoyanov knocked the ice. Sent it in front. Watton has it and he clears. Kuznetsov drop pass for Stevens. Stevens ridden off the play, and here comes Ralston. Ralston to Konich in front, deflects to the slot. Shot almost fanned on. Ralston shoots, stopped by Fountain, who may be a bit shaken up.
I think that one might have hit him right on top of the knee. He was laying down with his pads. Might have just caught him between the top of the pad and the hockey pant. He's fine. He's skating around. He'll be all right.
Another look at it. First the fan, then Ralston, who's got a couple on the night, puts it on goal. You can see Fountain was already down.
Already down. I was trying to see who should have picked up that man. It wasn't another little mistake there with them sneaking in behind our defense.
Malcock back at the point. Slap shot wide to the near side. Picked up at the point by Kessa. He tries to clear it forward to Jackson. Broken up. Bombardier knocked by Dubé. Bombardier circles back in his own zone. Dubé stick checking him. Philippek. Ruckdy keeps it in the zone. Ruckdy tries to get it in front. Net comes dislodged. And there's a stoppage of play. 17-19 remaining in period number 3. 6-2 Crunch.
So much nicer with those breakaway poles. You know, years ago they had metal poles and you had to hit that net terribly hard to get it off the poles. But that saves a very serious injury, and it saved a lot of injuries with these new poles.
They weren't in there when you played.
They were 6 inches high and they were screwed into the floor. Doug, the net just did not move.
Faceoffs now in favor of Syracuse. And there are your shots on goal. Dubé stays out there along with Jackson and Philippek. Here's a shot in front. Score! Albany!
You can see Coach McElhargy with his hands on his hips. That's again the Albany players right in behind the defense. Nothing Mike Fountain could do there. We're getting a little complacent. Coach McElhargy is going to have to get on these boys.
6-3. Here's the replay.
Nothing at all that Mike Fountain could do on that goal. Is just a mistake that is early season. I hope we wouldn't see too many of those.
Pascal Romain. (6-3) the score. 17-10 remaining to be played. 6-3 Syracuse. Dubé at center ice has the puck knocked free. McAlpine plays it. Comes back into the Albany zone. Kessa chases it in the corner. Tries to center it out. It's broken up by Hulse. Jackson circles. Out to the point. Philippek fakes a shot. Kessa right in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Scored. Jackson.
Jackson, good hustle in behind that net. He got the pass out, a shot from that goal, got it back again and put it in. Good hustle by Jackson.
Here's the replay. Dubé again almost scored. Here's the shot by Dubé, and it just trickled by the post. Jackson got the rebound and backhanded it in.
That'll settle these young guys down now, get that back to a 4-goal lead. Nice goal.
Dane Jackson's second goal of the night. 7-3 Crunch. Now Dean to Ralston. Broken up by Gerard. In front. Shot. Save. Dunham. Rebound. Loney. And it goes over the net.
Loney just shot that little
crowd. 7-3 Crunch. You're watching Syracuse Crunch hockey on Central New York 9.
I switched to Norwich aspirin from Bayer for my headaches.
I switched to Norwich for my arthritis.
Switch to Norwich for 100% pure aspirin. Get all the relief at half the price.
That's why I switched to Norwich.
You're too busy for the discomfort of your period. Cramps, bloating, headache, water gain. You're not yourself. Advil and Tylenol only relieve pain. Do it right. Take multi-symptom Pamprin. Get yourself back together again. Multi-symptom Pamprin. Period relief, not just pain relief.
Well, there's a look at a little bit of a beleaguered goaltender, Mike Dunham. The Crunch have really thrown a lot of pressure on him.
Boy, they sure have. He hasn't played that bad, but he's been kind of left to the wolves, as we say.
7-3 Syracuse. We have 16:14 to go. Oliwa into the Syracuse zone, and it's cleared out. O'Coin tries to go after the puck. It's broken up. Here's Tremblay in front. Shot. Save. Dunham on the effort in front by Rick Gerard. O'Coin looks for Tremblay. Ruckty intercepts. Now Oliwa. Oliwa breaking in. Shoots high and over the net. Tremblay plays it out to center ice and dumps it into the Albany zone. And we're going to have an icing. Bombardier touches up.
Icing call and full line changes by both teams. I would expect to see the players get a little tired. The excitement here before the game, the long delay, may cause a little leg weariness here in the third period.
Let's watch the save by Mike Dunham.
Outstanding pass, outstanding save. Mike Dunham is not getting a lot of protection like he should be.
7-3 Crunch. Walker digs for it with Stoyanov and dumps it behind the net. On near side, Watton out to center ice. McAlpine tries to play it in the Albany zone. Kuznetsov being checked by Hulse. Breaking out of the zone, McAlpine into the Crunch zone. There's a whistle and a stoppage of play offsides, and a little bit of action. And the gloves come off. McAlpine
and Walker. Walker's quite a scrapper here. He'll
look
take
at
care
this.
of himself. He just connected with a solid left hand.
I think Riddick Bowe would be proud.
Both helmets off here. Walker just won't stop throwing them.
I'll tell you, these players have a lot of strength to go in it this long.
They have, and that is awfully tiring.
McAlpine and Walker, a couple of penalties. You're watching Syracuse Crunch hockey on Central New York 9.
It's like a nightmare. I was scared, angry. Later I realized how lucky we were to be with Nationwide Insurance.
The robbery really devastated Don's family. Obviously, I got one of our claims people involved right away.
They were very supportive.
Because
they wrote us in advance and promised to get everything back to the way it was.
We wanted to get their life back to normal.
For auto and home insurance, business protection, life insurance, and investment options, call a professional nationwide agent like Paul Weiss in Baldwinsville.
7-3, Syracuse leads Albany with 15:10 remaining in the third period. Your local Honda dealers are proud to sponsor the Syracuse Crunch. Well, what do you think, Brian Elwell?
Oh, you notice hockey fights are different than they used to be. These players go at it. No one else interferes, and it's fair. Linesmen do a good job.
Walker and McAlpine, 5-minute majors. Jackson plays it into the Albany zone. Jackson bumped by Hulse out to Armstrong, and here come the River Rats. Now Breland into the crunch zone, works behind the net, centers it out, scores! Albany!
Armstrong started that play as he came in across the blue line with a great pass.
Renier with the goal.
Renier again hustling in there, coming around the net. Syracuse defensemen have to knock these players out of that crease area. You shouldn't be able to walk in that close and get a shot on Mike Fountain.
Breland with the nice centering pass. And there's the score.
The Crunch defenseman has to pick him up as he comes back, Doug. He should not be allowed to get a shot off from standing right in front of Mike Fountain.
So it's a 7-4 hockey game. A lot of scoring. Dean to center ice. Dean over the blue line. Puts it in front. Fountain steers it aside. Helmer checked off the puck. Jackson tries to get up to Kessa, intercepted by Dean. Dean in front, deflected over the net. Ralston goes for it. He's bumped by Tully. They battle. Halloran coming with the puck. Jackson on him. Now Philippek gets it, and there's a penalty coming up. A holding call against the Crunch.
I think that's Jackson's second penalty. He's got 2 goals tonight and two penalties.
He hauled down Pellerin after Pellerin had lost the puck.
Syracuse, what time is it?
Jackson 2-minute minor.
I like your attitude.
This coming with 13:57 remaining to be played.
It'll be interesting to find out from Coach McElhargy why he named Jackson today his team captain.
Renier and Breland dig for the puck in the corner. Mesnikov and O'Coin come away with it. Tremblay now taken back by the River Rats. Cleared out to Bombardier at the blue line. Out of the far side. Renier brings it out to Bombardier. Back to Renier. Broken up by Tremblay. Can't get it out of the zone. Now high stick called. Stoppage of play. There'll be a face-off deep in the Crunch zone.
I think the River Rats can see an opportunity to get back in this game with a goal here. Syracuse is going to, it's very important to kill off this penalty, but I'm sure Mike Fountain will come up big again.
Nationwide Insurance and your local nationwide agent are proud to sponsor the Crunch and bring hockey back to Syracuse. Coach McElhargy talking with Yannick Dubé on the bench. Still a lot of instruction going on during the game.
There sure is. Every time a line comes off or the next line's ready to go out, Coach McElhargy will be telling the line that's ready to go out what he wants him to do. The line that comes off, if you made a mistake, you'll hear from it from the coach.
1:26 remaining in the Jackson penalty. 7-4. And as Brian said, a must-stop situation for the Crunch, or Albany will be right back in this hockey game. Here's a shot from the face-off circle, deflects wide. Now behind the net. Look to center. Breland back to Romay. O'Coin rides Renier off the puck. River Rats have it. Breland drops it back. Bombardier can't stick handle.
Great job by
Crunch
Gerard.
player,
Great job.
Gerard clears.
Plate position well that whole shift.
Romay to Armstrong off his stick. Philippek has it behind the Crunch net. And he'll send it up the ice. Kuznetsov doing some forechecking. Now Ralston breaks out. Ralston near side, dumps it into the corner. Driving forward is Vucinic. Out to the point, Helmer. Pellerin down behind the net. Now Dean in front. Shot broken up by Stevens. Rebound right in front. Pellerin couldn't get a stick on it. Philippek plays the body. Out to Helmer. Helmer slap shot. Save. Fountain covered up. Score! Albany. It's a 7-5 hockey game.
Mike Fountain's not happy with that. He thought he had that covered. River Rats kept poking at it until they pushed it through his legs. He's not happy at all with the referee.
Here's the slap shot by Helmer right in front. Pellerin just dug at it and slipped it apparently between the legs of Mike Fountain.
I think Fountain thought when he lost his balance here that they should have blew the whistle. But you can see the puck might have been in the net a little earlier than that. Well, we got ourselves a hockey game here, 7-5 with 11 minutes and 55 seconds left. I don't like what's happening here. We're going to have to get the Crunch to settle down. That was not a power play goal. The penalty had just expired too as that puck went in the net.
Now the Crunch had a 7-3 lead, 6-2 and 7-3. Now it's a 2-goal game with 11:45 to go. Bahanas near side slap shot, just getting a piece of it was Dunham, and he deflected it to the far side. Now Simpson to center ice for Albany. In front, Ruckty shot, scores. 7-6.
Well, I think we've just let down a little here, Doug. I think Coach McElhargy's about to get very upset. That one there, skating in alone, just shouldn't happen. I think we've had some defensive lapses here that is a sign of the young players. We're getting Jackson back out here, the team captain with a little more experience. We might see Coach McElhargy go down to 2 lines here for a while to settle everyone down.
And
I
it
think
appears the Crunch wants to talk it over. We have 11:26 remaining. You're watching Syracuse Crunch hockey on Central New York 9.
Why did the whole network go down?
I think it may be the file server.
At Bryant and Stratton, our classroom is the computer lab. At Bryant and Stratton, our classroom is the conference room.
Make sure that execution is the most important.
What do you mean by execution? I get it. TV, print. Exactly.
The workplace is our classroom.
How does that scoring summary look?
You know, this is professional hockey, and you're just not supposed to lose the 4-period 4-1 after the first 9 minutes. I don't know what's happened here, but Syracuse has to turn this around.
Bombardier behind the net. 11:15 to go. 7-6 Crunch.
This is a point in the game where a coach might say, okay, next goal is going to win this game.
Jackson over the blue line looking for Kessa. He was skating the other way. Now Armstrong with a break. O'Coin back to break it up. Fountain plays the puck to O'Coin. Now Jackson. Kept in by Hulse right in front. Armstrong deflected in front. No goal. The referee says the puck was kicked into the net by Sergei Brelin.
I think it was pretty obvious he kicked it in. It's fortunate for the Crunch he kicked it in because he was standing there completely alone in front of the net again. I just don't know what's happened to our defense here. We've just collapsed, allowing the New Jersey players, just the River Rats, to get in alone on poor Mike Fountain here.
Brelin just mishandled the puck, and he directed it into the net with his skate, and it was immediately waved off. Robbie Fatorik.
That's a break for Syracuse. Robbie Fatorik has got this club playing pretty well in the third period.
We still have a long way to go, just inside 11 minutes remaining. 7-6 Crunch. Out to center ice, Bahanas. Looking for Stevens. Puck bounces into the Albany zone and is cleared out. Stevens tries to play it back. Breland gets it to Armstrong. Tully back on defense as Fountain plays the puck into the corner. Filipek out to center ice. The pass misfires.
Going to have an icing call here.
Touch up icing against the Crunch.
Even though that puck crosses the line, comes back through the goal crease, as long as the goaltender doesn't touch it from the time it's released, it'll still be an icing call.
This 7-6 Crunch lead is a mirror of the last exhibition game against Albany on Monday night, when the River Rats beat the Crunch 7-6.
Again, for me, not quite a mirror, as we had a 4-goal lead a short time ago. That's the scary part here.
Draw to the River Rats, and the puck is cleared. Stevens breaks out 2-on-2. Stevens and Bahanas. Bahanas picks it up offsides at the blue line.
Good stand-up defense there, not allowing Stevens to cross the blue line without putting himself onside. The normal thing there, you stand up, look the opposing player in the eye, don't look at the puck, and you can stay with him and keep him out of the play.
We have 10 minutes even remaining in the third period. Face-offs now even. Well, shake of the head says a lot for Jack McElhargy, the head coach of the Crunch.
I think we'll probably see a lot of Walker playing on defense now, because he's been, I think, on the blue line, the most steady one here that we've had. That 5 minutes he just spent in the penalty box might have hurt the Crunch. Coach McElhargy talking to associate coach Fraser here about what he thinks.
Coach McElhargy, 42 years of age, in his 4th year as head coach of the top minor league team for the Vancouver Canucks. He's been 10 years now in the Canuck organization. Played 8 years in the National Hockey League with Philadelphia, Hartford, and Vancouver.
I think we've got a situation here with a stick check.
Meanwhile, it gives us an opportunity to take a look at our television schedule of Syracuse Crunch games on Central New York 9. Sunday, November 6th versus Cornwall. November 10th against Prince Edward. On December 11th, Providence. December 18th, St. John's. And January 8th, Binghamton. Check your listings for starting time. The majority of these games will start at 3 in the afternoon on Sunday.
Doug, we've got a situation here where the Albany River Rats have asked to check one of our players' stick. Kuznetsov's stick is being challenged that the curve in that will exceed a ½ inch. And the problem we're having is no one has a ruler here tonight. They have a special ruler that's supposed to be at all the games to check that, and I think they're trying to find wherever it might be. Now what happens here, Albany River Rats have challenged this stick. If this stick is found to be not legal, Syracuse will have to put a man in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Albany gets the man advantage. If this stick is legal, and this should not have been challenged, the Albany River Rats will be shorthanded for 2 minutes because they'll incur the penalty.
They're holding the stick against the boards and measuring it. This seems like a rather imprecise science here.
That's not the correct measuring stick they normally use for a stick. I think the stick is legal from here.
Now they're showing the Syracuse captain, Dane Jackson. This is the stick of Yuri Kuznetsov. And it looks like we have a penalty coming up.
Well, by them placing the stick in the penalty box, tells us it's not legal.
Come on, Syracuse, what time?
Well, the stick is being put out of play. Now Kuznetsov, who's over at the bench, had a stick in his hand, and he's just changed it.
Yeah, Coach McElhargy has just assigned someone to serve that penalty. Well, this is unfortunate. We've got Tremblay, I think, going to the box. No, we've got number 11 here going to the box. Kuznetsov, it was his stick.
So Kuznetsov heads off to the ice for 2 minutes with an illegal stick.
10 minutes left in the third period.
I don't know if you noticed, but the interesting thing is Kuznetsov was standing over there with another stick, and then when that first one was declared to be illegally bent, he changed sticks again to stick number 3.
Stick 3. Well, you won't see that called too often, because the day of a game you're supposed to check all your sticks. Some of them they'll just warp over time, but I'm surprised that he had an illegal stick.
So it's a 5-on-3 man advantage, 5-on-4 in front of the goaltender for Albany. 9:45 to go. 7-6 Crunch. Third period action.
I think even the Crunch knows how critical this particular shorthanded situation is. This is essential that they kill off this penalty.
Gerard, Tremblay, O'Coin, and Kuznetsov make that Nemetsnikov out there for the Crunch, and we have a whistle and a stoppage. Offsides the call. 9:26 to go.
I think the puck was touched with the stick over the head. You're never in this game supposed to have your puck above your shoulders. Any contact with the puck will cause a whistle.
Syracuse penalty to number 11, Yuri Kuznetsov. 2 minutes for using an illegal stick. At 9:10 of the third period.
The crowd is pretty silent on that call, because I don't think I've ever seen it called in this building, Doug, and the crowd are a little shocked.
O'Coin dumps it out to center ice. Power play for Albany. Dean to the far side. Ralston clears it around, then behind the net to the near side. Pellerin gets it around O'Coin. O'Coin checks him off the play. Side of the net, out in front and out of the zone. Ralston tried to center it out to Helmer and split Helmer and Dean. 1 minute even remaining in the penalty. Dean to the near side, watched by Gerard. Ralston wheels at center ice. Stick check by Gerard.
Good play. Complete change here. Fresh troops for the Crunch.
Center ice, Armstrong. Past the far side. Ralston has it. Ralston by the boards. Out to Bombardier. Back to Ralston. Here's a shot. Broken up by Fountain. Clear to the far side. Ralston to Bombardier, and it's stick checked away by Kessa. Kessa to center ice controls. Kessa dumps it in the zone with 18 seconds remaining in the power play for Albany. Renier to Armstrong. Across the Crunch blue line, looking for Breland. Back to Bombardier. He tries to dump it in front. Watton comes up with it.
Back to even strength, Doug.
Kuznetsov out of the penalty box. Watton pounds it down the ice. It comes out of the zone. There's a whistle and a stoppage of play. We have 7:51 remaining in the third period, and the Crunch now clinging to a 7-6 advantage.
I think both coaches for the Syracuse Crunch have to be relieved that they got through this shorthanded situation, because it was very critical. Back to even strength, 7 minutes 51 seconds. I think Syracuse needs the next goal. Kuznetsov is over there now trying to decide what stick to play with. He didn't like the one that was a little bit too straight. Maybe stick number 2 has a little more curve.
Face-off draw once again to Albany. Filipek dumps it out to center ice. Hulse has it. Hulse to the near side to Ruckty. Shot wide of Fountain. Filipek tries to play the puck up. Ruckty comes away with it. Ruckty behind the net. Here's a centering right in front. Fountain is down, and I was wondering if he was shaken up, but he looks to be okay, and now the puck goes over the glass on the near side. And in fact, Fountain is a little bit shaken up.
Might have caught a stick in the mask there.
Three saves in the ball game for fountain. 7:22 remaining.
Mike Fountain has played a heck of a hockey game for me. He's an outstanding goaltender, and I'm impressed. Even though they have got 6 goals, most of them were not his fault.
Nemesnikov to O'Coin. Girard at center ice tries to get it up to Tremblay. Vucinic plays it. Nemesnikov. Loney on the far side. Back behind the Crunch zone. Crunch a bit disorganized. Pellerin in front. Ralston turnaround shot. Whistles wide. And the Crunch control. Loney plays the puck out to center ice. Crunch very much on the defensive here. Helmer. Loney tries to break it up. Tremblay plays the puck with his right hand. And it's dumped back into the Syracuse zone. Nemesnikov. Renier has it, and he clears the far side. Bombardier.
When play gets a little tight, you'll notice it stay in between the blue lines.
Renier in front. Looney comes away with it. Now Bombardier. Here's a break. Girard. Girard in on goal. Slap shot. Saved by Dunham. Bombardier to Armstrong to center ice. Walker plays him off the puck. Linesman goes down. Walker has it. Back to Watton. Watton checked off the puck by Renier. Now Breland behind the net. Watton plays it to Kessa. Kessa trying to get it up to Dubé. Dubé at center ice. Hooked off the puck. And Renier comes back to control. Kessa into the Albany zone. Puck hasn't been there much the last few minutes. Hulse plays it forward. Now Breland. Breland at center ice. Oliwa dumps it in. 5:22 remaining in the third period. 7-6 Crunch. Puck cleared out to center ice and all the way down into the Albany zone. As it's touched up, we have an icing call with 5:12 to go. 7-6 Crunch. Between periods, we had a great airplane toss to benefit the National Kidney Foundation. Hockey fans had a chance to win a 1995 Saturn SL1 from Sam Dell Car Stores, as well as consolation prizes from Adirondack Soda and Klondike Bars. Specially prepared paper airplanes were thrown from the stands, trying to the sunroof of a Saturn. And if you got one in, you're eligible to win a car. Now Oliwa knocked down by Filipek. Kuznetsov comes away with the puck. Stevens to center ice to Bahanas. Looking back for Stevens. Bahanas gets a stick on it. Played by Dean. And Dean, who's been a pillar of strength, gets it out to center ice. 4:38 to go. Shot back in. Bahanas in front. Looking for Kuznetsov. Couldn't get the puck to him. And now it's clear down the ice. This will be an icing call against Albany with 4:25 remaining in the third period. Crunch 7. Albany 6. You're watching Syracuse Crunch hockey on Central New York 9.
Building our luxury family sedan, the Chrysler Concorde, we thought of everything, starting with spacious cab-forward design. We gave it dual airbags and child protection rear door locks, ran it for millions of miles, subjected it to thousands of decibels, and hundreds of hours in a wind tunnel. All this to make sure not only did we think of everything, we thought of everyone. Chrysler Concorde, a thoughtful expression of form following function.
We have a great weekend of sports action on Central New York 9. Saturday afternoon, 3:30, we'll be at the Carrier Dome as the Virginia Tech Hokies with their number 10 ranking head into the Dome to meet the Syracuse Orangemen on Central New York 9. I want to pass along a special recognition to Steve Cronquist, the general manager of WIXT 9, with the original announcement with Howard Dolgan of the televising of 5 hockey games. The two sides got together and said, hey, opening night is a sellout. Let's put this game on as well for the great hockey fans of Central New York. Hope you're enjoying it. 7-6 the score in favor of the Crunch with 4:08 to go. Tremblay works it into the zone. Pellerin steals. Ralston plays the puck at center ice. Now it comes free. Inside 4 minutes to go.
What you can't do at this stage of the game is try to sit on a 1-goal lead. It can cost you, Doug. You try not to sit on it. Keep playing offensive. The best defense is a good offense here.
O'Coin dumps it in, and there's going to be an icing call. No, it's touched up by Dunham. Breland up to Armstrong. Armstrong has a little bit of an angle, but Walker hustles back to break up the play. Breland has it. We have 3:26 to go. Armstrong in the corner. Armstrong tries to work the puck in front. Side of the crease. Smothered by Fountain. And we have some pushing and shoving. .319 to go. You mentioned that it's impossible for the Crunch to try to sit on this lead and expect to do it successfully, but it appears that's precisely what they're doing.
Well, they've got to play offense. I think Coach McElhargy now is planning a strategy for the last 3 minutes and 19 seconds. And I think he's aware you can't sit on it and just play defense. You've got to play a little offense and try and keep the puck in the other team's end. Otherwise, you end up making a mistake. It's happened many times. We've got a young club here, but I think they're settled down. Coach McElhargy's talking to the next line that's out there now.
Play back in now. Tully plays it out to center ice. Kessa dumps it in. 3 minutes to go. Dean at center ice dumps it in. Filipek plays it out to the blue line. Can't get it out. It's kept in. Boy, all alone in front was Romay. And once again, Fountain falls on it. He gets hit hard by Matt Ruckty. Tumbles to the ice, and once again the referee holds up play. Tully and Simpson doing a little sparring in the slot.
I think it's good by Mike Fountain not to take any chances. He could throw that puck behind the net, try to toss it over to one of his defensemen to get it out of the zone. But being as good as they are at the faceoffs, he's willing to settle for a faceoff in his own zone.
Watch Fountain get whacked there by Ruckty.
He's had a tough night.
We have 2:39 remaining in the third period. The Crunch lead Albany 7-6, and it looks like we have a penalty coming up here. Misconduct. Penalty against the River Rats, and they're going to talk this one over for a bit. Let's go down to the stands and Tim Fox.
Doug, I think you can see some of the electricity in the crowd here. This crowd has come to stay. Very few empty seats here late in the game. It's been a terrific hockey game. I think we've seen a cross-section of basketball fans, football fans, Syracuse Chiefs fans, and a lot of people who probably have never been to a hockey game before in their lives. It's been about 12 years since there was hockey professionally played here at the War Memorial. Everybody has had a tremendous time. Everybody has really enjoyed the whole production and all the excitement here in the game, and I think a lot of these people are going to be coming back. Let's go back to the booth.
Well, everybody's going to leave the War Memorial very, very pleased if the Crunch can hang on here.
I don't know what Rickey might have said to the referee, but he got sent off for a 10-minute misconduct, and he certainly wasn't happy about it. Robbie Fatorik is extremely upset right now, screaming out there in the ice at the official. We've got, of course, there's no man advantage here. It stays even.
Hulse Advantage for the remainder of regulation. McAlpine knocks it in. And in fact, it is. Here's a shot. Score! Albany has tied this game up with 2:21 remaining.
Boy, this is disappointing. Disappointing, Doug. Again, Mike Fountain can't be blamed there. It was a tough spot. Here we get a look at the replay. Player standing right out in front of our goaltender. Left
Armstrong.
alone here in front of the net. Armstrong was just standing there alone. It's pretty tough to ask Mike Fountain to stop and make these saves.
So a 7-3 Syracuse lead has been erased. Bill Armstrong scoring with 2:21 to go, and it's a 7-all game. Girard over the blue line to Stevens. Puck in front. Girard got it just wide to the near side. Stevens behind the net out to Walker. He dumps it in. Bahanas watched by Breland. Out to the blue line. Stevens in the slot. Tries to pass it in front. Couldn't get it through to Bahanas.
Albany goal by number 10, Bill Armstrong. An assist to number 20.
Yeah, it was Matt Ruckty with misconduct. Bahanas at center ice slips and falls. 7-7 the score with 1:43 to go. Icing waved off as Walker plays the puck up to Stevens. Off to Girard. Girard dumps it into the Albany zone.
Change is getting a little quicker now.
1:29 to go. Puck to center ice. Filipek dumps it out. Dean looking for Pellerin. Here comes Filipek. Kuznetsov. Vucinic plays the puck. Filipek at the point dumps it in on Dunham. Tully keeps the puck in the zone. In front, Looney can't handle it. 1 minute remaining in the third period. Pellerin across the blue line. Slap shot. Fountain with the waffle save. Now Tremblay out to center ice to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov slap shot wide to the near side. Hulse looks to play it out to center ice. Stolen in behind the net. Loney gets a stick on it, but it's deflected wide. Tremblay keeps it in the zone to Loney. Loney playing it with the skates along the boards. Comes out with it. Loney, 22 seconds remaining in the period. Nemetsnikov has it go beyond the blue line, and he clears it back in. Line change for the Crunch. 12 seconds to go. Nemetsnikov keeps it inside the zone. Kessa to Girard. Girard tries a stick handle through Macalpine. Can't do it. O'Coin, 4 seconds to go. Shot. Great save by Dunham to keep this game tied at 7.
That is the second time he's pulled that glove save out from the left side. 1 second left in the game. I thought we were going to eliminate overtime here. Just a tremendous save. Tremendous save.
Oh, my. 1 second remaining in regulation.
Don't forget the party in the Hotel Syracuse Imperial Ballroom. Little George and the Hungarians. Free admission.
And there's the face-off, and there's the end of the third period. 4 straight goals by Albany. 7-7 the score at the end of regulation. Overtime coming up on Central New York 9.
I think that the problem of crime being committed by children is very severe and it's very frightening. I want to talk to the people who are working directly with these kids in trouble and the families and ask them, what are you hearing from these children and these families? What is it that they need that they're not getting? So I'm looking into what society is doing to fail these children and fail these families. I'm looking into why this is happening.
The United States steps in to return democracy to Haiti. More than 7,000 troops from Watertown's Fort Drum are dispatched to the Caribbean.
When you're driving down the road, you have the people come out and they start clapping. Feels like you're in a parade.
A look behind the scenes at this new mission.
We go where we're told. You know, it doesn't make much difference to us. We just go where we're told. That's what we're here for.
Assignment Haiti, Monday at 8:30 on Central New York 9.
the end of regulation at the Onondaga County War Memorial, just as the Syracuse Crunch had that incredible 5-0 second period, the third period has been Albany coming back from a 7-3 deficit to tie this game up at 7 as we get set to head into a sudden death overtime. Who has the advantage, these two teams, at this point, Brian?
Well, I think the team that has come from behind to tie the game is the team with the momentum. I don't know if the save that the River Rat goaltender Dunham pulled off there at the end of the game gives them an additional. But right now I'd have to give the momentum in this game to the River Rats, who are on a roll here in the third period.
O'Coin with a glittering opportunity to win the game with 1 second remaining in regulation.
I think O'Coin thought the game was over on that shot, but unfortunately it was picked off.
Statistics: shots 37-32 Syracuse, saves 30-25 for the River Rats. Face-offs in favor of Albany, and the power plays the Crunch. The better the two teams with a power play advantage. They're 4 of 7. Albany 1 of 7. 5 minutes put on the scoreboard clock. If there's no scoring in the next 5 minutes, this game will go down as a 7-7 tie.
And we have sudden death, which always makes any hockey game exciting. I prefer, I think, sudden death overtime to a shoot-off, Doug.
Trumbley, Loney, Nemesnikov, Girard, and O'Coin. The 5 players in front of goaltender Mike Fountain as we are into sudden death overtime.
Syracuse has their best offensive line, I think, out here right now. We may go with 2 lines, too. I'm not sure if Coach McElhargy will stay with all 3 lines in the 5 minutes.
Girard centers in front. Hulse knocks it away. Girard gets it back. Now to Tremblay. Shoots. Dunham plays the puck. Loney stick checks it away. Girard works in the corner. Now it's out to Armstrong, and O'Coin keeps it in. Now beyond the blue line. Girard knocked off his skates. Renier. Nemesnikov keeps it in. Now Hulse tries to play it up to center ice. O'Coin takes Ralston's body and then takes the puck. Loney. And now Nemesnikov sends it around the boards. 1 minute into overtime. 7-7 the score. Nemesnikov tries to play the puck. Comes free, and he knocks it away. Look out, Ralston. There's a whistle. And a stoppage of play as the net is off its moorings.
Well, momentum is so important here, and I think if the Crunch can spend a few minutes in the Albany River Rat zone here and stay settled down, stay focused, they might be all right.
9 News, 11 at 11 will immediately follow the conclusion of tonight's hockey game. 3:49 remaining in overtime. 7-7 the Crunch in Albany. Kuznetsov gets it up to center ice. Stevens couldn't find it. Fountain plays it to Walker. Walker up to Bahanas, now up to center ice. Bombardier after it along with Stevens. Bombardier comes away with it. Pellerin. Bahanas keeps it in the zone. Bombardier circles behind the net with 3:25 to go in overtime. Bombardier dumps it in, and the Crunch break out. Stevens to center ice. Stevens to the blue line, hit hard by Aliwa. Knocks his stick free. Kuznetsov steals the puck. Tries to center it in front. Hulse and Bahanas battle for it. And it's taken by Dean. 2:56 to go in overtime. 7-7 to score from the War Memorial in Syracuse. The Crunch and the Albany River Rats. Walker behind the net. Philippek. He brings it up to Bahanas. Bahanas hit hard on the far side. Now Simpson over the blue line with Romay. He shoots, kicked out by Fountain. Philippek behind the net to Bahanas. And Bahanas looks to bring it up. Bahanas dumps to center ice. Dubé has it. Dubé over the blue line. Dubé slap shot just wide. Jackson digs for the loose puck. Philippek shoots, deflected by Dubé with a high stick. Albany is able to clear, and they knock it down the ice. Goes through the crease, so icing is waved off. Kessa looks for Dubé. Dubé to center ice, tries to get a pass back to Jackson, can't do it. 2 minutes even remaining in overtime. Armstrong. Now McAlpine dumps it in. Tully behind the net. Jackson goes for it. Armstrong has it. Dubé plays it to the near side, and Kessa. Kessa works it to center ice. Skated away by Breland. 1:35 remaining in overtime. Another line change for Albany. Kessa on the near side. Kessa tries to break it in. Dean plays the puck with his skate. Girard keeps it in to Kessa. Kessa moving in. Can't get a shot off as Pellerin got it. Loney in front, shoots. Saved by Dunham. And the puck comes out to center ice.
That was a great opportunity with 1:15 left.
Nemesnikov hauled down. Here's a shot broken up off the stick of Kessa. Loney behind the net, tries to center, in front. Oh, and Girard couldn't steer it in. 1 minute remaining in overtime. Ralston into the crunch zone. O'Coin comes away with it. Clears to Girard. Girard over the blue line. Slap shot stopped by Dunham. And it's cleared to the far side. Girard to Kessa. Kessa tries to muscle in front. Loney has it, looking for Kessa. Knocked free by Dunham. 39 seconds remaining in overtime. Puck out to the blue line. Walker keeps it in. Slap shot deflected, goes over the net. Loney digs for it. Kessa, far side turn of the boards. 25 seconds to go. And the River Rats come out to center ice. Pass to Armstrong, broken up by O'Coin. 18 seconds to go. 7-7 the score in overtime. O'Coin can't play the puck off the boards. 10 seconds to go. Fountain clears to Loney. Loney, puck deflected and stolen. Shot saved by Fountain and cleared out of the zone. And the game is over. A 7-7 overtime tie.
Well, I'm sure that Syracuse Crunch coaching officials will not be happy with a 7-7 tie, but it sure beats a loss, Doug. It's a nice start. These guys are young. This was a very difficult night. They did all right.
The final score, 7-7. The Crunch and Albany River Rats. Our nationwide player of the game is Rod Stevens for the Syracuse Crunch with a couple of goals on the night. 1 goal on the night. Our nationwide insurance star of the game, Rod Stevens. All right, final thoughts.
Well, I guess we give an honorable mention. They did real well tonight, a couple of players, but not to be.
Hope you enjoyed it. Syracuse Crunch Hockey on Central New York 9.